What is up, guys? Back with another video, and today this is different than usual, but we're doing a tier list. Okay. Anyways, we got No Harm, they can't hurt you. Friendly, they can hurt you, but they don't want to. Risk, might hurt you. Dangerous, will go after you probably. And Death, you cooked. So, Thumper. Whoa! Dangerous, I feel like, because they're very fast and can do some damage, but you can jump over them to make them slam yourself into a wall. So it's not that bad, but still can do some damage if you knew. Next up, we got Bracken. Oh! What have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Why did I do this? You know what? I'm gonna do that. Brackens, they're dead silent. They're dead silent. There's no warning. You look behind you and you see one, you know it's gonna be a hard one. But yeah, basically these guys, they sneak up behind you, making zero sound, and then if they get close enough, they dead. And these guys scared the crap out of me. But next up, now this video, it's probably not gonna be as long as usual, but it's something. Next, these. Okay. Alright. You know what? And this is personal ranking. This is not. This is personal. This is from my experience. And I know I'm not the best at the game, but. Yeah. But, I would have to go dangerous. And what order this is, it doesn't really. Actually. Yeah, I'm making mad. But, I would say these are like right before death. Now, although in the version before, these suckers would be up here, but they get nerfed very much, which is why I'm putting them a little lower. They decrease their eyesight and field of view by so much, but they're still pretty dangerous. They're basically just huge giants that look for you. Next, oh lord. Oh no. My worst nightmare. Oh. I might have to. Listen. You hear something behind you. You don't know what it is. You look behind you. You see this thing. You say, oh, there's something over there. Your friends don't see anything. They're like, what are you talking about? And you're just like, there's something right there. I don't know. Something about it. Yes. And you can't do anything about it, really. Because it's all about sanity. So you can't do anything about it, really. But, yeah. Next, the one who returns, the kidnapping fox. No! No! Now, if you're skilled enough to take on one of these, it can't be that bad. But as long as you don't go next to the like vine things, you'll be fine. But if they do catch you and you don't have a shovel, you might as well accept death. So I would put them right there. Next up, ooh. Ooh. I would say these are strong game giants, so I would have to go with this. The reason is, although these things, robots, do not turn on unless you do not turn on until like 4 or 5 p.m. or something in the game. If you take the apparatus out from the facility, they will automatically turn on. All of them. So, yeah. And they just got rockets that do so much damage. And they just have continuous knockback. But the good thing is, they will kill other enemies, like giants or the dogs. Or even maybe, Baboon Hawks, but yeah. I'd have to put them up there. Next, the Coilhead. Okay. I would have to go. I'd have to put Coilhead right here. Reason is, although they're simple to deal with, kind of, if the combination with like a Thumper and a Bracken, that can be very bad, considering how fast they are, and you can't kill them. One good way though to counter them is if you go to a dead end with a locked door or like one of those big metal doors that can shut through the terminal. If you get them stuck in a room like that and shut the door, they can't go through. Which is one good thing. So yeah, I would say Giants are still stronger, but they're definitely stronger than Bracken, I feel like. Next up, the classic famous what they call Yippee Bug. I would say they're friendly because they will not do anything to you unless you get too close to them and bother them, or you steal their loot because they are very greedy creatures. Yes, they may look at you and make some noises, but they're friendly, kind of, pretty much friendly. And although I don't know how many hits it takes for like these three, I do know. I've had to say a Thumper takes 4 hits. I'm pretty sure with a shovel to kill. Hoarding Bug or Yippee Bug, they take 3. I'm pretty sure 3 or 4 also to kill. But yeah, if you don't bother them, they won't bother you. Next up, oh, I haven't seen this one in a long time. I would say Top Risk because they're only outside. But if you have a bunch of heavy items on you, which makes you run and walk slower, and your stamina goes down faster, that can be a big deal because they'll start coming out of the ground and they'll give you a warning that lasts about a second. And if you do not get out of there within a second, they'll just come up and eat you. But and if they kill you, they eat you and the loot. So it's all gone. There's no getting it back. But the good thing about them is if you get, let's say, a dog or a giant or even a robot, and you get them to go in the spot, they can eat them and kill them, which is a good strategy people use. But other than that, there's not much. So if you come across one, don't bring heavy things, I recommend. Next up, dog, the eyeless dog.
Just the dog's kind of coming in.
Now, that's rough. Are they dangerous? I have to go back here. Now, if they're combined with a giant, which is pretty common, it can be a bad combo because these guys can't hear, but they can see really good. And but these guys are the opposite. They hear really good, they can't see. So which can lead to a bad combo, but overall, yes, they can dive you and instant kill you. There is some ways to get past them. And although in a couple of my videos I've gotten butchered by them. But yeah, they're pretty self-explanatory. So they're not too dangerous, but not too weak. Next, this thing. You don't come across this too often, but it's very territorial. I don't know if I said that right, but you know, actually, I might put this guy up here, but I'm gonna put him top friendly. The reason is, as long as you don't, it's kind of like the hoarding bug. As long as you don't get too close to them or steal their eggs, they won't bother you. Thing is, though, if you stole an egg, it will come to you at top speeds, and even if you go in the ship and you close the door, it will still open the door, which is the only monster in the game that I think can do that, which is a pretty big deal. But other than that, not too much. Next, these little guys. They don't hurt you. They're friendly. They're chill. Although they can maybe load the eyeless dogs, but other than that, it's not going to do much. Now, baboon hawks. I would go with right here, because as long as you have another person with you and you just shove your mouth inside of your mic and scream at the top of your lungs, you're fine. But if it's if you're playing the game at nighttime in real life and someone's sleeping in your house and you scream at the top of your lungs, that is not good. But other than that, they're not too dangerous. Next, the butler. I'm gonna put lowest risk because as long as you have more than one person with you, you're perfectly fine. You're not gonna do anything unless you hit it. But if it's just you, these things are awful. So basically, if it's just you, it will pull out a knife and try to butcher you. But if there's more than one person, it'll just sweep with that broom or mop, whatever you want to call it. Yes, I don't know, but yeah. And if you do kill it, they'll be basically the circuit bees, but more dangerous, and they always know where you are, I'm pretty sure, and they will nonstop try to kill you. But good thing is, if you do kill the butler, you steal that knife right there, which is so overpowered. But at the cost of stronger versions of these. And I forgot to put this on tier list, but they're basically the same thing as these, which is not too big of a deal. Now, ooh. 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 I'm gonna put these right here because although they are pretty dangerous, you don't come across them too often. And if you do, you'll usually find them on the moon's Rend or Dine. But, like, now, they are dangerous. They instant kill you. But, although they're invisible, too, until you get, like, 1 foot away from them, you're basically dead at that point. But you don't come across them often, which really lowers their danger level. So, it's not too much of a deal. Now, the Theopar. I can never pronounce it right. What? What? Oh! 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 This one is interesting. I have to put it right there. Because that thing will jump across trees and stuff. And I'm pretty sure it can only come on March and Val, I'm pretty sure. But if you do come across one, you're going to have to listen so closely. Because it's like a cat. It will stalk you in the forest, up on the trees. And at one point, it will tackle down and just butcher you. But you can... It's kind of like the Bracken in a way. Because you can look behind you and possibly see it growling at you, and it'll try to hide behind trees also, so you don't see it. But at the same time, if they do end up catching you, you might be cooked. Unless you have like a stun grenade or something, but still. Next. These aren't even that dangerous. They're just annoying. They take a couple of hits, like maybe 3 hits, but other than that, they don't do much. I mean, yeah, they make the ground slippery and everything, but unless you're on like a map with a bunch of holes and just random drops, then they would be dangerous. Or like if there's a bunch of monsters nearby. But other than that, they're not too much to worry about. And usually, sometimes they're in like groups, which can make it worse, but they're not too big of a deal. Next, this thing.
Go on and get.
Now, although what it seems, it comes from a plant. That plant in the facility will begin to spread. If a worker or one of your crewmates, friends, or yourself goes into the plants and stays there for like a minute and goes outside, or even if you just stay in the facility for an insane amount of time, flowers or plants will begin to grow on you. And there's 2 ways you can cure it. One, by buying a shower, which, I don't know, I don't recommend. Or you could buy a weed killer, which you could spray that on yourself. Or a friend could. But the downside is it will hurt you. But I would rather do that than get infected and turn into this monstrosity. But if you do end up turning into that, your vision will turn red and you'll die. And you'll turn into this, which runs at extreme speeds. And it's terrifying because you can't really predict its movement. It's so unpredictable. And although it does take a couple of hits to kill, the shovel hits are like 4 to 5. Because I remember I've killed one before. And although I was pretty much critical, it's still possible, even if you're like stuck in a corner trying to kill it. So I would put it about right here. Because as long as you just don't go in the plants, you'll be fine. Next, these. These aren't even like... I mean, yes, they can be annoying, but they basically help you if you know what you're doing. If 2 or 3 go on you, you can start flying. And if you know how to control it, you can actually use that to your advantage. And if you just get a shovel, you can just hit them off of you and they'll instant kill them. But other than that, I mean, if you don't know how to control it and they fly you 50 meters into the air and you fall down, obviously you're going to take damage, or you hit your head on the wall, you'll take damage. But if you know how to control it, you should be perfectly fine. And which can get you outside situations. Anyways, next, Spoil Lizard. Is that what it's called? Something like that. They're basically one of the most harmless creatures. Although they can probably blind you with the purple or pink gas they make, they don't really hurt. Honestly, they're scared of you. They're really just scared of you. Um, and I don't believe you can kill it, but why would you even need to kill it? I mean, yes, if you get too close to it and you corner it, yes, it will bite you, but it will do like 0 damage basically. So there's not much about them. Moving on, next, ooh, Bumpy Spider. These things are terrifying.
No!
You'll be walking through a hallway, see a spider web, and you'll know you're cooked unless you just run straight out of there. But if you don't, you walk past the spider web, you look on the ceiling, you see a big spider on the ceiling, ready to drop down at you at any moment. You just know you're dead. Or if you walk into a spider web, you dead. You dead. Mm. Yeah. Well, anyways, I have to put these. Yeah. But a way to kill them is you bait them. If you have a shovel, you let them walk to you. You just walk backwards and hit them with a shovel. Although it will get faster, it doesn't get that fast. So they're all fairly easy to kill, and you could jump over them. I'm pretty sure, but it's definitely easier to thumper. So, but they're not too bad, but they're also pretty bad. It can. It takes 2 hits to kill you, I'm pretty sure, and 5 shovel hits, I'm pretty sure, to kill a spider. But yeah. Next, snail fleas. Okay.
What?
Mm. Like the backwater gunfish, it's more annoying than dangerous. But if you knew, you can definitely find this thing dangerous if you don't have a shovel, because when it falls on your head, it'll be on the ceiling, and if you go under it or near it, it'll drop down from the ceiling and try to go on your head. If it does go on your head, you can't see, and your audio is muffled, and you talk muffled, and you drop all your items. But if you can get your shovel back off the ground if you have one, and just hit it, it will drop off and begin to run away. And it takes like 2 or 3 hits to kill them, I'm pretty sure. So they're not that bad, but they can be if you don't have a shovel. Next up, the Jester. Ooh. I have to put them dangerous because you can't kill them. You can stop whenever they start winding up. You can only stop it for like 3 seconds. 3 seconds if you have like a stun grenade or the zap gun, which only stuns it for about a second. Once they start winding up, you basically you can't go back in the facility. You gotta leave, and you can't kill these things either. I don't think. And once they do pop and they turn like that, they know where every single player in the facility is. And the longer they're popped, the faster they'll begin to go by time. So if you see one of them and they start winding up, accept fate or just get out of there. It's one or the other. But yeah, moving on, the mask or the mimic. Basically, just you with a mask on you, walking like a zombie. These ones are unique because you can either find them, I'm pretty sure, around a map, or you can find a mask on the ground. And if you new or something and put it on your face, you'll become one and die. But like the barber, you don't see them that often. Maybe if you go on like Titan or Rend or something, maybe, or Artifice, but other than that, you don't find them often. And although they can go in and out of the facility, they can go basically anywhere. Yes, they do instant kill you and infect you, but if you're in a full server and all your teammates get infected, you might as well just leave. You might as well leave. the planet. But other than that, not much. Sorry, my throat is insane. Next, circuit bees. I have to put them about right here because just like this hoarding bug, they won't hurt you if you don't hurt them. Although, if you get close to the nest or try to steal it, they will immediately go after you and continue to do damage. But the thing that will make you want to steal it is the nests are pretty much rather like $110 or $80, which is pretty good value. But if you don't know how to steal it properly, you might be cooked trying to steal it. But yet again, if you just don't go after it, they won't. You'll barely even come across them. Then. Other than that, they don't do anything really. Next, the roaming locust, basically a friendly version of the circuit bees, even friendlier, I'd say. They don't do anything, just like the birds. So yeah. Next, I know some of you be hating me for this, maybe, but lightning.
The god of thunder!
Oh no! A lightning strike. Now, ooh, I'm gonna get so much hate for this, but I'm just gonna put it there because if you have metal and you go on a thunderstorming planet and you go outside, that's what's gonna happen, and it instantly kills you. It's pretty self-explanatory. Next, me with a shovel. Don't gotta say anything. Okay, anyways, actually continuing though, the Hydro Dew, whatever it's called. These, they're not too bad. They're not too bad. Yes, they have a huge AoE damage. Well, it's not even AoE. It's just they're very big, and if you step in them, you're dead basically. I forgot if it's an instant kill or a 2-tap, but either way, they're dangerous. And if you have a boombox, tip some people don't know. I didn't know until like yesterday. But if you have a boombox and you play some music, they'll actually go faster, and they'll come toward you. And I'm pretty sure they won't attack you. What you need is to actually lure them. But yeah, I mean, if you want to get stuck in a room, that would work. But you can also just jump on a rail like in the picture, and you'll be perfectly fine. Yeah, it might stay with you, but it's a good way. And it can be dangerous if there's multiple of them and there's a bunch of monsters nearby, like a thumper or something, a funky spider, which can make them practically more dangerous. Continuing on. Next, nutcrackers. Where is it?
They're dropping.
Now, you don't come across them that often. But when you do, they can be pretty lethal and dangerous. Actually, I'm not moving. He's pretty dangerous. But oh yeah, these guys you can't kill them. But that's off topic. Nutcrackers. They have a shotgun, a double barrel shotgun, which can one tap you or one tap your whole squad if near each other. Now, how it works is if it's closed like that and it's walking around, it can't see you. But if it opens up its eye and stops moving and looks around and makes a weird noise, it's doing a full 360 view to see if anyone's nearby. And if you do end up being in its field of view, Just don't move and you'll be perfectly fine. Unless you hit it or something. If you hit it while the eyes closed, I'm pretty sure it will still try to kill you. But if you do end up killing a Nutcracker, you can actually steal and take the shotgun as a weapon, which can be pretty useful. Like I said, you don't come across them that often, but if you do, they can be pretty dangerous. Next, probably gonna get some hate from this too, but the tentacle monster in the company. These aren't that bad. Well, this isn't that bad because it really depends if you and your teammates are goofing around and doing something stupid. Basically, when you're selling stuff, there's a bell you ring, and if you ring that bell too many times, that will come out and kill you. So yeah, pretty basic, but yeah. So, yes, this is my tier list of all Lethal Company monsters and how dangerous they are from my personal experience and opinion. If you enjoyed, or if I missed anything, or what your tier list would be like, let me know. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, please share, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.